Hello, everyone. It is actually February the 1st.
Finally,
Yay.
the never-ending month finally ended yesterday.
Right. Welcome in. This is Todd Farber, garden guy, Aggie horticulturist, and we're here tonight to answer your landscaping, lawn, gardening, what to cook for dinner questions. Welcome in. I have a lot of segments planned tonight. Indulge me while I make sure that we're live on Instagram. 1 second, please. And looks like it's not working.
Oh man.
Looks like our show. Okay, I don't know if you've been sitting there waiting, but I apologize. We had a technical difficulty, so we're back.
Welcome back.
Welcome in. We didn't even get to start, so I'm going to pretend like we're starting.
Welcome back.
Welcome back, Kata. Hey, it's February. And welcome, everyone. This is Todd Farber, Aggie horticulturist, my husband, and the garden guy. And we have a lot of great segments for y'all tonight. I'm going to feature many of the things that went on Facebook this week. You can drop your questions here. Hi, Linda. Sorry about the technical difficulties, but here we are.
Hey, Linda.
It's February 1st. Very exciting because it's really kicking off the gardening season.
January is done.
January is done, and February 1st is really the kickoff for lawn care. So we're going to talk about the first time ever that Garden Guy has a simple guide for you to care for your St. Augustine sod or grass, whichever way you want to put it. Simple guide for your sod, lawn, grass. Whatever word you like, we've got the simple guide. You just have to comment the word lawn under this video to get it. It's free. I'll shoot it out to you. You can let us know what you think of it. We feel like it's easy to follow, but we'll talk about that later. Welcome in tonight. So I'm going to start with, let me get to my right app because everything here just went haywire, guys, but you have to keep going when this happens, right? I'm going to start with the garden inspiration quote segment because on Facebook, we're having a good time together, me and the girls.
Inspire me.
Inspire. Well, this is more for girls.
Okay.
But you can listen in. That's
I don't have a choice.
Hopefully everything is now correct. Linda, can you hear us and everything is good? You're the only one I see, so I'm going to ask and make sure. I think so. I think you can hear us. All right, here I go. Garden inspiration segment. This week on Facebook, I put up a quote. And the quote was this: "There is no one more full of hope than a woman who won't give up on her garden." Thanks, Linda. So the quote is, "There's no woman more full of hope than a woman who won't give up on her garden." And I said, garden on. So give me the rock on, the garden on. Garden on. He's really good at that. Garden on, ladies. That's what I was saying. You've got hope. You love this. My favorite comment came from Lauren The name is great. Laterielio Williamson. I'll call her Lauren Williamson. Her quote was this, what she said after. "I just found her post. I'm no gardener, but I'm learning. We just moved here to Texas 3 years ago, and that quote made me cry." She's experimented with a lot of things. She's really working. She's moving next week to somewhere else, but she really loved the quote. It gave her hope and inspiration. So I say latch on to whatever gives you hope and inspiration. And I feel like gardening is a way to say, this is hope for tomorrow. And this is something I can do with my hands. And this is something I can control today. Everything may not go my way, but I can go out to my garden and I can grow something, or I can play in the dirt.
You know what gives me inspiration? The sun was shining today.
The sun is shining. So that's the garden inspiration quote segment. Now I'm going to hop right into, thanks, Linda. I'm going to hop right smack into this springtime St. Augustine grass care guide. What do you think of that?
You got it.
All right. So
you know what's not good is getting your tractor stuck in 3 feet of mud at the farm today.
Well, then I won't go into the garden guy guide. You can talk about your tractor getting stuck in the mud. Go ahead and tell everyone about your tractor getting stuck.
Well, it's as simple as this. We were moving a bunch of debris and some concrete pavers, and the first pass went well, and the second one not so much. As I tried to back out, we just slowly sank. Anyway, it's there till it dries out.
That's true. How will you get it out when it dries out?
Oh, I had my truck connected to my trailer today, and I didn't have the right angle to pull it out. So next time I'm up there with just a truck, I'll back up to it and hook up to it and ease it on out.
And y'all be patient with me tonight because I unfortunately am getting a little cough, but you can't catch it through Facebook, so you're good.
Now back to your lawn.
Now let's go to Garden Guy's quick grass guide or lawn guide, whatever you want to call it. We just came out with this. We're experimenting with it. I developed it with Todd. We put it together so that you, the average homeowner, were really, honestly, I did it kind of for me as a girl or a woman, something that I could understand easily that wasn't, sorry if this offends, it wasn't man speak. It's just simple. And it kind of looks, here's a little hot take. And I did post it. This is the quick grass guide kind of hot take. And it's here on Facebook. You start your weed control February 1st. Those are pre-emergence and post-emergence. We'll talk about those. Then you fertilize when the grass starts greening up. Move this over. You mow. When it's time to mow, you don't just go out there and scalp it. Water deeply, and always water in the morning.
Correct.
Right? And then you monitor your lawn for pests and diseases. Now, is there a lot more to lawn care?
Absolutely.
Oh my goodness.
But this is the short version that'll get you started. And if you have further questions, that's when you can contact us for more detailed answers.
Right. And even if you have that, but what I'm going to send you if you want it. So that's just the hot take, Garden Guy's hot take on, what do I have there? 5 steps. 1, 2, 3, 4,
Yeah,
5 steps to take care of your lawn. Those are just the basics so that you're not overwhelmed and you don't just throw your phone across the room and go, forget it. Because that's what I would do, because I like sound bites and I like small pieces of information. Now, if you have that portion of Garden Guy's St. Augustine Lawn Care Guide and you want the expanded version that you and I developed, Mucho Mas, together, then you just have to comment what word? Lawn. Just comment the word lawn under this video and I will shoot it out to you. Now I'm going to go into some of the nitty gritty, but not all of it. Some of it. Okay, here I go. And if you have questions while I'm talking, ask. Springtime St. Augustine Grass Care Guide, Garden Guy. I gave you the 5 tips, the hot takes. I think the most, debatable or interesting thing, or the thing that I had to study the most personally, is just being an average girl, more of a journalist and a mom and sort of thing, not really a landscaper, was this pre-emergent, post-emergent thing.
What about it?
Well, I didn't know what it meant.
But now you do.
So the reason I think it's good that I put this together and then he looks through everything and makes sure that it's right and that it's correct and he likes it. So
it's an easy care guide for y'all.
It's easy care for someone who's not in the industry.
Correct.
And I feel like that's important. So you can comment the word lawn below. And this is more like girl speak. And I think it's good. If y'all don't think it's good or you don't like it, tell me so. We'll improve it. We'll change it. Put your comments about what you think we could do better. We'll switch it up, but I think this is going to be good stuff for you and you're going to learn. So here's what I learned. If you don't have any weeds, February 1st, you need to start doing weeding. So how you do that is with 2 things, pre-emergent or post-emergent. That's what I learned. Now the pre-emergent you use to prevent weeds. Okay, I learned that. The second thing is if you already have weeds, then you need post-emergent. And then there was this whole thing that you can use them both.
But
however, he lets me do this. He lets me fly my plane. Y'all like this? Here's the thing. The debate about pre-emergent and post-emergent and when to apply it. Obviously, the pre-emergent you apply if you don't have weeds. But if you do have weeds and you want to use both, then here's what I discovered. The timing of the pre-emergent herbicides are applied before the weeds germinate. But if you're going to use pre-emergent and post-emergent, here is the Garden Guy tip for using them both. Pre-emergent, post-emergent start February 1st, and this is the tip that he and I agreed would be best. Do not apply them at exactly the same time.
Correct.
When it comes to St. Augustine sod, Garden Guy and I agree through our research and from all his experience, don't apply pre-emergence and post-emergent, pre-emergent and at the same time. Here is the tip that Garden Guy and I think is best. Are you ready? Here it goes. Put the pre-emergent down, wait 24 hours, and then the next day, spray your post-emergent with a surfactant so it clings to the leaves and the grass and it gives more surface area and kills.
So you don't want to counteract what you're doing with one by using the other just to get ahead of the game.
I called it interference. I call it pre-emergent. It's an interference if you do it at the same time. Go ahead, baby.
Well, just, plan on doing one and then wait at least 24 hours. And if you feel that you need to do the post-emergent that weekend, the same weekend, go ahead and do it. But if you feel that you need to wait or it's not on your schedule, then do it the next weekend. You're not limited to a 24-hour window or a 48-hour window.
Right. That was just a formula I developed because I'm the kind of person I like for someone to tell me exactly what to do, but he's more loose-based, which is fine. So I've seen locally on the internet and on Facebook and Instagram, a lot of people asking, can I apply pre-emergent and post-emergent at the same time? So there are different opinions. This is our opinion. We say do one, wait a little bit. I'm saying wait a day, but he's saying wait however long. And the next time when you put your post-emergent down, use some surfactant with it.
Right.
And then this should get you going. Now, this is a February 1st-ish thing, weeding. It's not weeding, it's weed.
So if you already have weeds in your yard, obviously putting down a pre-emergent isn't going to do anything for those. What the pre-emergent is going to do is put a barricade on your lawn. So when newly emerging
weeds.
the weed seeds come up and they hit this barricade, it kills them.
Mm-hmm.
But it's not going to affect weeds that have already germinated there. And so that's when you're post-emergent. So you do want to do it in the right order.
Right. Oh, Linda wants to know what brand. Guess what? We're not sponsored by anybody, so we don't recommend any brand. We say you can go to whatever lawn garden center that you like and
Correct.
look around, or you can actually get on Google and put in some of these terms and pick something from our area. That's how we roll. We're not sponsored by anyone, so you can decide what you think is best. I'm just trying to educate myself, and while I'm doing this, I'm educating you on what I believe is the simplest way to care for your St. Augustine sod.
But when we
lawn.
do get that sponsorship, we're going to Jamaica.
Are we going to Jamaica?
Well, you can't go to Jamaica.
I can't.
I'll go to Jamaica. Hey, let's go to Canada. Hey, you know what? Banff.
Oh, we can go to Banff. Yeah.
Have y'all been to Banff? What a beautiful place. I had a client once. She had a condo, townhouse in Banff. She showed me pictures.
Wash your hand near the mic, sweetie.
I saw it. I wanted to go. I never wanted to come back.
Yeah.
Anyway,
right?
it's a beautiful place up in
Yeah.
Canada.
So if you would like to have our simple guide in more girl speak of how to take care of your St. Augustine sod or lawn, please comment the word lawn under this video and I will shoot it to you. You can look at it, you can tear it apart, you can enjoy it, you can learn from it, you can make a paper airplane out of it, whatever you want to do. But I think it's good stuff and you will learn, I believe, especially if you're someone like me, an average housewife woman, and you're not sure what some of these terms mean. I define them for you, and then you should be able to implement this, and hopefully it will make your lawn healthier, prettier, and hopefully you won't be so stressed out when you're trying to research this information.
Now, what I want to emphasize, this is all a process. And if your yard has been in disarray or you had damage from last year's drought and you're just in the process of rebuilding it, everything takes a step. Everything takes time. And you have to give your yard time to recover. So don't expect a miracle right after an application. Don't expect a miracle right after you reinstall your sod. You have to establish it and then fertilize the whole 9 yards. So this instant beautiful lawn that you may see in a magazine,
it's going to take time and it's a process. And that's why we have this lawn care guide for you. So if you'll comment the word lawn below, we'll shoot that to you. You can look through it, take out the pieces that you need, do what you think is best from it, and choose the products that are easiest for you to purchase, whether it's from Amazon or wherever you want to get them from, a feed store or from a box store. That's up to y'all. We don't recommend anything in particular. And I do also have in there kind of, how high your mower should be, when you should fertilize. We've got 8 weeks for soluble nitrogen and then every 10 weeks for slow release. I've got what Texas A&M says about amounts of fertilizer. And I've got about how much you should water, the amount that we believe you should water. So if you want the guide, one more time, I'm running it. Write the word lawn below and I'll shoot it to you. Oh, we do talk about pest control and disease prevention. There's a lot when it comes to lawns.
Hey, I got a great tip for y'all.
Is that it? Are you still on lawn?
I'm still on lawn. That has to do with your spreader. Make sure that you set your spreader setting to what corresponds with the particular number or pounds on the bag that you buy. It's extremely important that it spreads
How do
evenly.
you know that?
Because it states it on, for example, I'm not endorsing Scott's spreader, but it has a dial which is formulated to different amounts on different people's fertilizers.
Say that again for me. What are we talking about?
Setting your spreader.
Tell me, garden guy, how to set my spreader for fertilizer.
Correct.
Tell me how to set my spreader for fertilizer.
Your spreader has a dial on it with numbers. You're going to pick a number that correlates or corresponds to the number that is usually on your fertilizer bag that you
Oh, it's
bought.
on the bag. Okay, keep going, keep going.
And by doing this, it properly sets this spreader where it's not allowing too much to fall out or too little to fall out. You're getting an even broadcast.
This is a great tip. This is a great tip. See, I don't know this stuff. Do y'all know? Women, I'm sorry, but I think a lot of women don't know this stuff.
And if you've set your spreader and you don't feel like enough is coming out, please don't open the dial up all the way.
That would be me.
I just, because you're going to run out of fertilizer because it's going to spread too much in a smaller area. So just take your time and be diligent.
Yeah, that's good. That's good. Okay, I'm going to look. So that's the whole sod lawn. And look, there's so much information. The reason you want to comment the word lawn after this video or during it is because this is truncated. These are little bites. So comment lawn. Okay, let me see what I've got. Linda. Her frustration is she spent a lot of money with organic lawn company for 3 years. No improvement. Yeah, I can't speak to that personally. I don't know. I think they're difficult.
They're very temperamental.
Yeah.
And I think a lot of people have a lot of stuff to sell and they don't have a proven commodity. I mean, and I'm not endorsing one way or the other, but when you do a synthetic chemical application with higher nitrogen, you get faster results, et cetera, et cetera.
Some people just don't want chemicals in their yard.
They have dogs or whatever.
There's so many, even on Amazon. I mean, I just like Amazon because for me, it's easy and they deliver it to me, but that's just me. You don't have to like it. But they have so many spray ones. I don't even know if they work, but as a woman, I like that. My
personal opinion is, because I've been in this industry for 33 years, I think half these people going out and selling their stuff don't know what the heck they're talking about. And
maybe they'll say we don't know what we're talking about.
And maybe they will, but properly diagnosing a yard, I don't know what yours looked like before this company, Linda, but you haven't seen any improvement for 3 years. Whatever was going on or whatever condition it was in to start with,
So look at her question. This is what I was going to go to. Is it possible, Linda's saying, that the lawn needs to be replaced? I'm going to answer real quick, but you're the pro.
No, go ahead.
Y'all, sometimes Garden Guy just scrapes up our front yard and he makes it all fancy and puts down new sod. I'm just saying. Sometimes the only thing you can do is just start over.
Sometimes lawns are really tired, and depending on the clay content or density underneath it and how compact it is, and I know you tried the aeration, etc.
And dethatching, I didn't even include in that of our thing.
But sometimes you just need a new product.
Sometimes you start over. So tell everyone, Garden Guy, the best process when you're going to lay sod. How many times have we looked and seen people just throw sod down in the yard? Tell me, Garden Guy, the best process if I'm going to go ahead and scrape up and put down new sod. Give me like the steps.
You need to till it, you need to fill it, and you need to sod it.
Do you need to scrape it up first?
Well, that would be tilling it.
Oh, you till it. Okay, so till it.
Tilling it breaks up the clay, and it's a lot better to till it than just to scrape it with a shovel, because you're just scraping the old sod and putting it down on a hard pack. So tilling is almost mandatory.
Okay, second step.
Fill with an enriched topsoil, leveling it out, make sure your drainage is going the right way.
And then
third is installing your new sod.
And the first two steps are the steps that we see homeowners skipping, and then
I've sodded this 4 times, but it looks great for 3 weeks, and then the runners on the St. Augustine failed to run.
Right. So you need to till it, fill it, and then lay the sod. That's from Garden Guy. And now you know what you can do.
And water.
And water, obviously. Water deeply and water in the mornings. Hey, can you follow our page? Can you tap follow and get more inspirational, educational, and entertaining Texas gardening content from us? We appreciate that. That was good. You said till, fill, and then lay the sod. Love it. Yeah, Linda, I mean, that may be exactly what you need to do. I think it may be time for you to, what they say, cut bait, right?
Yeah.
Could be. Let's go on to the contest. I see how many people we have. Just a few, but I did have a contest this week. My contest was for a free flat of flowers. I'm going to run this contest a couple times a month. You have to be able to pick up the flowers in the Missouri City Sugarland area. And my winner is Kimmy Wynn Lair. Her last name is Lehr. So Kimmy, you're my winner of the free flat of flowers for being in the Garden On, do the rock on thing, Garden On contest. And so I will notify you when this video is over. Follow our page and you too can enter. Very easy to enter. And maybe you'll win a free flat of flowers from Garden Guy. That's the Garden On contest. This week you can comment the word week below this video and I will send you a little nifty handout about what you should be doing this week. You should be inspecting your hold on, let me start over. This week, here I go, it's live. This week, you should inspect for pests and diseases. Take some time to inspect your garden. It's warmer now, it's nice. You can go out and see what's going on. You can look at the lawn. You can look
Absolutely
under leaves, stuff like that, right?
Yeah.
You can go ahead. Number 2 that I had was plan for spring. So maybe plan what you want to do with your landscaping. Plan your vegetable garden. Just start your planning. This is great. February 1st is a great time to start planning. So
most of the nurseries are going to start getting their spring stock in the next week or so. Your box stores, I know a lot of people like to shop there. And there's nothing wrong with that because the same growers that I buy from them, they just label it differently. So it's good material. But you have to get it early when they deliver it because they don't water very well.
True.
At the big box stores.
The next part of what you need to do this week is to fertilize. You can go ahead and fertilize your trees and shrubs and perennials. And you can do some weed control. We talked about that with the lawn. And obviously a great way to do weed control in your beds is pull the weeds out
manually with
your hands. Mm-hmm. Go ahead and inspect for scale or aphids or any garden pests. It's warm enough now, so you should be able to get out and do those things. So you want to comment the word week when you see this video, then I will send you this week's gardening things that you should be doing. Your questions segment.
I would like to add that Garden Guy, even though we're not endorsed, we do like Microlife 626 in the green bag.
Oh, you do?
Slow release fertilizer.
Oh, tell them. I see. This is not my thing.
Anyway, look it up. It's got a ton of.
Which fertilizer do you like, Garden Guy?
Microlife in the green bag for your landscaping beds.
Did you put that on everything, or how does that
work?
We
do. It's a slow release pellet.
You like that?
It doesn't burn. Mm-hmm. Wonderful results.
But, and I have something I like.
What do you like?
Diatomaceous earth.
Good for killing ants.
I like for
roaches,
ants,
fleas.
Roaches. The dog can eat it if it wanted
Those
to.
little suckers crawl through that powder
and they're and it
blows up their insides.
I get the food safe one, so if the dog did lick it or something, it doesn't matter.
Good stuff.
I just get it off of Amazon. It's diatomaceous earth.
It's got a little poofer.
Yeah. Anyway,
spreader.
That's just me. I like that. It's non-toxic. It's easy to use. It doesn't have a smell, and it really works.
It does
on fire ants. We use it inside the house sometimes too, near the baseboards for pests and things like that.
Now, once again, being organic, it takes a little time. You're not going to see a 30-second result, so be patient.
You're going to live too, right?
Right.
Okay, so let's see if I have any other questions here. A fun segment I had this week on Facebook was comment the best house plant for a memorial service gift. So I had a lot of people comment their favorite house plants to give for a memorial service. So I'm going to read these off, honey.
Okay.
I've got, hang on, guys. I have to scroll up here. I have Deanna Pearson, who said bromeliad. Feel free to say whatever you think about these. Carol Andrews said, what's this one?
Kalanchoe.
Kalanchoe. Thank you, Carol. Christina Reedy said snake plant. Jane Gray said
Sansevieria.
Sansevieria. Y'all can comment which house plant you think is best to give for a memorial service. Someone said Christmas cactus. Angela Duoto said peace lily. A lot of people said peace lily. That's nice in a lot of ways because peace when it comes to the memorial service and the fact that it's easy to care for. Debbie Mogab, our old friend, she said, I kill all plants, but ivies always thrive.
Pothos,
that was good.
Ivy.
Pothos ivy. Catherine Coombs said peace lily. Ann Darrow said peace lily. Linda Mello said anthurium. Lovely big heart-shaped leaves and continuous red blooms. Hers is on our Facebook page. If you want to see Linda's anthurium, she put it on there and it's really pretty. She said, no fertilizing, no pests, easiest houseplant ever. That's the anthurium. Thank you, Linda. Tamara Bro said peace lily. Tawanda Stone said peace lily. Delicia Thayer. Now, this was the one that Todd and I had to look up together. She said the ZZ plant. Zebra, zebra. ZZ is the easiest. So this is the plant, the ZZ plant. Are y'all ready for this? This is the
Zamioculcas, Zamiifolia.
okay.
ZZ.
ZZ is a popular houseplant valued for its attractive glossy foliage and low maintenance care requirements. They come from Africa.
Eastern Africa, yeah.
A succulent stem, shiny dark leaves, easy care. So that's the ZZ. Michelle Turner said orchid.
Oh, yeah.
People
sure.
like orchid. Shelley Smith said the peace lily, the closet plant. So that's a fun segment we did this week. If you like to participate in commentary like this, then please follow our page. It's fun. And we get to see what other people think, and it's low stress and there's no politics or anything like that. It's just fun. It's just gardening and plants. Here was a great question. When should I grow antique roses? When should we grow antique roses?
Anytime you want.
Tell me about them. You know a lot.
Well, back in the day, Dr. William Welch, who was my mentor, Texas A&M University, horticultural extension agent, got me interested in antique perennials. Antique roses. We're live, like you said.
I'm waiting for you to make a great soundbite. I'm going to start over. Are you ready?
Yes.
You want to talk to me about when I can plant antique roses?
Whenever you want.
Whenever you want. And tell me what you know about them.
They're hardy. They grow just about anywhere with little care.
They've lived on old homesteads for years and years and years. And Jay White featured them actually today from Texas Gardener magazine. He's got a bunch at his house. They made it through the freeze. They're super tough. So when can we plant them?
Anytime.
Anytime. You can plant them anytime. Absolutely.
I'll just follow my rule. We don't plant under 32 degrees or over 100 degrees, but anywhere in between, you're safe.
So for antique roses from the Antique Rose Emporium or vintage roses or old roses, whatever phrase you want to use, you can plant them anytime. And they take a licking.
And keep on taking.
Right.
Can
like
we say that? Like
a Timex. So we have several at our property up near Round Top. We have one that's on the road, and the guy that does the road trimming, dude, he massacred it. He just, and what happened to it? How is it doing?
Came right back.
It's great. So we highly recommend antique roses. Of course, the Antique Rose Emporium is a wonderful place to get them and a wonderful place to go just for the day and independence. Love that place. So
that rose was mermaid.
Oh, the mermaid is great. We have that one and we love it.
That's the one they whacked.
Oh, yeah.
On the side of the road.
That's great. So we love antique roses. We think they're wonderful. I'm going to go on now to this question. When do lemon trees bear fruit?
After they flower.
Right? Usually 3 to 5 years is what I read. Does that sound about right?
So a lot of you guys will be buying starter fruit trees, citrus trees in the nurseries in the next few weeks, and you'll see that the Meyer lemon or other citrus are full of blooms, which will turn into fruit. However, it's a very young plant, and so we encourage you to pick off all the blooms, maybe keep 1 or 2, just so you can have a piece of fruit or 2 pieces of fruit the first year. But if you were to leave all of them on, that is too much weight for that fruit or citrus tree to bear, and it will break the newly forming branches. So not a good idea. And back to what Sabrina said, once it's in the ground and once it's in your pot, a good time frame is usually 3 to 5 years where it's producing.
Yeah, so if you don't know about fruit trees, because I didn't, they don't, just because you buy one and plant it doesn't mean you're going to get fruit right away. It can be a while. It can be several years. And you can look this stuff up yourself on the internet when you're buying your fruit trees. And like we always say about fruit trees here, make sure that you find out the variety that grows here in this area. Just because they carry it at a nursery or a garden place, that doesn't mean it's going to work.
So check your chilling hours and check and make sure if you need a pollinator or not, which means planting a complementary tree of the same variety.
Stark Brothers is a wonderful website to use. I like to use Stark Brothers, StarkBros, Stark Brothers out of Missouri, to educate myself on the different kinds of fruit trees and which ones are right for our area and which ones need companions and yada, yada, yada. It's a great place. And we're not sponsored. I enjoy that one and it makes sense to me. And you like it too. Lots of varieties. And then I think if you find the ones you like there are the ones that work here, you can always hunt around for them locally. And that's just a way to get education for yourself about fruit trees.
So if you're ordering fruit trees through the mail, they're normally sent bare root in a cardboard box with tissue paper, wetted Scott towels
Mhm.
around the roots, and then once you receive them, you have to take the proper necessary steps before you plant them. The fruit trees that are available at Lowe's or Home Depot or Buchanan's or Enchanted that are available in 5 to 7 gallon containers, those are usually 2-year-old trees already.
Mhm.
And these are the ones that will be loaded with um, flowers,
Mhm.
the beginning of the fruit or the citrus. And once again, you just want to make sure you limit the number of blooms on a particular tree so you don't have damage to the stems or branches.
All right, I'm going to go on to crepe murder or crepe myrtles. We had a very popular video that we did this week. Well, one, we did a live video, which was kind of poor quality and you kind of couldn't hear us, but it did well. We had a
Hey,
few
lady, there's cars in your video.
some people get mad, which is kind of funny. They're like, it's not loud enough. You need microphones. Okay, I know that. Well, tonight we have a microphone and you can hear and see us. But we did some other videos about the crepe myrtle and the crepe murder. And I thought it would be fun tonight. Oh, and if you want all the information from us about how to trim your crepe myrtle, just comment the word crepe, CREPE, under this video, and I will shoot you the guide on how to best selectively prune your crepe myrtle. So here are the simple steps, the 5 steps to avoid crepe murder. Selectively prune. Remove unwanted branches.
Hold on. Stay with me.
Sorry, I have a cough, guys. Thin out the crowded branches. Step back and look at the whole tree because you want to see what you're doing and what it looks like. And one more simple step.
Oops.
You
Yeah.
got it. Keep the natural shape. That's it. People make this too hard. If you want our guide on how to trim your crepe myrtle and not murder your crepe myrtle, say that a few times quick, then comment the word crepe in this video and we will send you Garden Guy's guide to trimming your crepe myrtle and not murdering your crepe myrtle, right?
Okay, guys, the natural shape of a crepe myrtle should be that of what you would envision a umbrella.
Mm.
And if you've ever looked at an old Southern Living magazine and you see the
Make sure you speak up, honey. Your voice is going down.
I'm sorry. If you've ever looked at an old Southern Living garden magazine and you see the big plantation estates with the beautiful crepe myrtles that have not been trimmed, only aesthetically, they look like opened umbrellas.
And they're full.
And they're full.
And they're beautiful.
And so people ask all the time, why don't mine look like that? Because you cut them off every year and this is what you get.
It's terrible. Y'all know what that
Straight
looks
up
like.
growth like that. Now you may get a few blooms during the year and that's not what it's supposed to do. And if your crepe murder, let's see, now I'm saying crepe. If your
you're a crepe murderer.
If your crepe myrtle is planted under a big tree, you're going to have issues. It should have room to grow and widen itself out.
Right. So comment the word crepe if you want to know the 5 simple steps on how to trim your crepe myrtle. Hey, I'm going to hop over to this one, just kind of a random. This was a question. I think a lot of people want to know this one. If I get an avocado seed, like from the grocery store, I looked up all the steps on how to plant this thing because somebody asked us. So if you want, I can read this. How do I plant an avocado seed?
Toothpicks.
You remove the seed, you wash the seed, you pierce it with toothpicks. You insert 3 or 4 toothpicks in the middle of the seed, equidistant points.
Hey, which side goes up and which side goes down?
I don't know. I'm just reading this. 3, suspend it over water. 4, wait for sprouting. It can take 2 to 6 weeks for it to sprout. Keep the water level constant and prevent mold, and then transplant it. Now, does this work?
It will grow an avocado tree, but the question is, will it produce avocados?
I bet you it won't.
Well, normally, by the time it grows that big, we'll have another freeze if you have it outside and knock that sucker right back to the ground. So if you just enjoy growing things from seed, hey, an avocado is an easy one to do.
I think it'd be fun if you have kids to teach them.
No, absolutely.
It'd be a fun project to do avocado seed like that. All right, I'm gonna have another great question. Y'all might really like this. So Garden Guy and I are gonna give you the best perennials for cutting, for cut flowers. The best cut flower perennials for zone 9, our area. So I'm going to shout these out. You want to help me with these, baby?
Oh, you know what? Since I'm so ADHD, hold that thought.
Well, then I have to start this segment over again.
That's fine.
Okay.
This is, I think you'll like this.
Okay.
You know what started my career in horticulture? Well, it was I guess, 3rd or 4th grade science project. And I decided to do phototropism.
Oh.
And that is how a green plant bends toward the light during the course of a day. Well, me being lazy, I put a plant in the window and I kind of timed it and wrote down some times, turned it in, and got a C+.
I see you didn't do a very good job on your report.
No, but it was the phototropism.
Okay.
So my teacher said, Todd, you can do a lot better than that.
But it is kind of what got you into
it. It is. I enjoyed that process. So the next one, I took apart an old rotary telephone. I diagrammed it on cardboard. I went through the whole 9
for like a science fair?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
A+. So anyway.
Do your work.
Do your work. But the phototropism is what really started it for me. Got me started into this wonderful career that I have.
Now, this segment is going to be from Garden Guy, the best perennials for cut flowers for our area for zone 9. So we're going to drop these on you. Which perennials are best for cut flowers if women like to make bouquets in the house? You want to give me the first one, honey?
Lavender.
Lavender. Cone flower or echinacea.
Blanket flower.
Gaillardia. Black-eyed Susan.
Rudbeckia.
Shasta daisy. Coreopsis. Penstemon.
You said it right.
Ooh, salvia. All the salvias are great
Absolutely.
cut flowers. And then Russian sage. Those are the 9 that we have for the best perennials for cut flowers for zone 9. So I hope you enjoyed that list.
And a lot of people ask me, if I cut my flowers or my plants, will I hurt? If I cut the flowers from the plant, will I hurt the plant?
Oh, yeah. That's a good question.
With the perennials, I say cut away. Because when we're in the middle of our growing season, the more
Keep going.
The more stimulated the stems are to grow, the more that they will bloom.
Sure. Well, and then you want to cut the flowers because they're
Enjoy
so pretty
them,
and
yeah.
bring them inside. Yeah,
Absolutely.
Don't hold yourself back. Oh, here's a question I got from Tawanda Stone. It just says, which trees in our region get trimmed first?
Well, I guess it would be the crepe myrtle.
The crepe myrtle. I don't know that there's a right answer. I think
No.
the question is just...
The season starts off with the crepe myrtle.
Right.
And then it progresses into your... Whatever needs to be done in the landscape would be the best way to answer that.
So which trees in our area should be trimmed first, Garden Guy?
Crepe myrtles.
Okay. All right. And I was thinking really any of your trees can be trimmed now before they start blooming.
Yeah.
Isn't that correct? Yeah. It's not a trick question.
No.
I didn't run that one by you first.
No, and you'll want to, if you have established fruit trees within your yard, or if you have a small little orchard, that you will, well, you should have done it in December or January, but it's not too late to still do some pruning of the branches before they start to bud out.
I had a question from Beverly Stringer. She wanted to know about spreading fireplace wood ashes around. So I looked this up and I'm going to give this to y'all. There's a lot of information. I don't know if it's always a good idea. You can use wood ashes only from wood that's been burned in a fireplace or from an outdoor fire pit. You don't want to use treated wood or anything like that in your gardens.
Correct.
You want to apply it sparingly because it contains potassium, calcium, and other trace minerals.
Potash.
Yeah. But you can raise the pH too much, right?
Yeah.
So you have to do it sparingly. You want to mix it thoroughly in the soil, right?
And make sure it's not wet either when you go to apply it. A lot of
true.
people, it gets rained on, they leave it outside.
Oh, the ashes?
Yeah, and then it turns into like a clay mush, and then people think the process is the same, but it's not. It needs to be dry and powdery.
Okay.
Just as if you took it out of the fireplace that day.
Okay. So you'd have to have it inside. And then you wouldn't want to use it on acid-loving plants like azaleas, blueberries, rhododendrons. Don't really do those here because they prefer acidic conditions.
Correct.
So that was just a fun question. There were safety precautions. You don't want to inhale it. And then they were saying you could compost it too. That's just I thought that was a fun and interesting question. Let's hop over to Veggie Garden Info. I think I told y'all last week the seeds you can get a head start with are tomatoes, peppers, eggplants, cucumbers, things like that inside, right?
Correct. Yeah.
Tell everybody about So let me set this up.
Okay.
We have a place in Missouri, and I absolutely am a Laura Ingalls Wilder freak. And we always go and look at the house and do the grounds, and it's just something fun. And they allow you, so don't freak out. They allow you to take some apples off the trees in a certain area. So we took one, we ate one, and then we had some seeds that were left. So this is all legitimate. You're allowed to do it. And what did you do with the seeds? Because he loves me so much and he's trying to grow me apple trees.
I scarified the seeds and
the apple seeds.
the
right?
apple seeds and the refrigerator in a paper towel and Ziploc bag for approximately 3 months. I probably went overkill. I forgot about them. But then I planted them last week, and I had 4 from one apple. There were 6 seeds, but I lost 2.
That's
Anyway,
pretty good though.
so out of the 4 seeds I planted, 4 are coming up. So I'm totally stoked. I've got 100% germination. So I'm going
Excuse
to
me.
take these seedlings, did the progression from a seedling starter kit to a 4-inch pot, from a 4-inch pot to a 1-gallon pot, a 1-gallon pot to a 3-gallon pot.
And maybe someday we'll get apples.
And then hopefully in 3 or 4 years, well, over the course of the next year and a half, I'm going to grow them out, and then I will put these trees into the ground back to where they came from in Missouri.
Yeah.
So we're going to try to complete the cycle, and it's one of her heirloom varieties that she still has on the grounds from many, many, many years ago.
Right. So such a fun place to go if you're in Missouri, to go to the Laura Ingalls Wilder homestead. We really enjoy going to the festival in, what is it, September?
September.
Yeah, it's really fun. But that's a little bit about apple seeds. We talked about avocado seeds. For cool season vegetables, you can do your herbs, your lettuce, your spinach, your kale, your broccoli, cauliflower, carrots, radishes, peas, and go ahead and do your roses and fruit trees now, right? While they're dormant.
Correct.
Now, what else? Oh, I told y'all last week you need to get your onion sets in. And would you say potatoes?
Potatoes.
Okay, so that's the veggie garden segment. So we had some people who, I just have a few other things here. If y'all have any questions, comment. Oh, comment the word crepe if you're watching this later. If you want a freebie on how to trim the crepe myrtle, comment the word lawn if you want Garden Guy's lawn care guide. And then I had some people who, because we're starting to get a little popular, and they're like, why do you talk so much? And why doesn't Garden Guy talk? Well, here's the thing. He knows a lot, but I'm kind of a better talker. And I'm a more organized thinker.
She's prettier too.
But we're good together and we work as a team.
We do.
So that's how this rolls. And it doesn't mean that he doesn't know or whatever. It's just that I'm the organizer and that's how it is. We like it.
I like it.
Yeah, we enjoy it, and we hope that y'all enjoy it, and that you get some good information from it. We did talk about the Vitex this week. That is here on the Facebook page. Very similar to me to trimming the crepe myrtle. Just go easy on it. Gosh, don't top it. Or cut the top of it or something crazy, right?
Well, the Vitex is its own animal in itself because of its growth habits. It grows completely different than
Oh, we'll tell them.
Well, the Vitex grows completely different than a crepe myrtle in the shape, and very seldom can you control the branches of a Vitex. So it's more or less managing the tree each year and what you want it to look like, because it'll do this.
I love the Vitex, and I love
the
color.
blooms.
Oh,
they
so
bring in the
pretty.
bees, the butterflies, and everything.
Beautiful.
It's just one of those home runs.
It is a home run, and my goodness, it can take the heat. Is there anything that can kill it?
No, it's
Vitex is great. If you want more on the Vitex, comment Vitex.
Spray, shoot it with the flamethrower.
Comment the word Vitex, and I will send you that guide as well. We did another thing on foxtail ferns. If you want that guide, comment foxtail, and I'll send that to you. Todd shows you here on our Facebook page in a video exactly how to trim the fronds, how to get rid of it, how to trim at the ground. So that's there. Y'all know about the scratch test. We talked about that. Also, one of the most popular things that we had as we close this down tonight is if you comment the word garden, you can get his plant list. 33 years of landscaping experience in the Houston, Sugar Land, Missouri City area, and he has got his best plant list, especially for you. If you comment the word garden under this video, then I will shoot that to you. Absolutely. That's really all I had here for tonight for our live show. Do you have anything else, darling?
I don't. Just enjoy your weekend. It's going to rain again Friday night, Saturday morning, and clear out. So get in your garden Sunday morning and get to gardening.
Garden on, right?
Garden on.
Garden on. Okay. We'll see y'all on Facebook and we'll see you next week, hopefully. Good night.